Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to do a quick little demo of one of the strategies I've been using lately to deal with sprinters, guys. So yeah, I've been playing a lot with sprinters recently, and it's extraordinarily dangerous and difficult to conquer any kind of territory in Project Zomboid. So basically the way I've been trying to deal with them early on is just to do a burn and clear them out. So I've been working on strategies for burning them, and it looks like the way to do it, at least one way to do it, is by vehicle. So we're going to start off by showing you that. This is a vehicle I just recently pirated, and we're on the debug mode. I just did this to like get us a quick demo of what it looks like. But if you were able to find a vehicle like this, it's basically in good shape. It's got good tires. It's got that's critical, because you know when your tires go, that's it. 68% in the back. That's not great, but it's better than you know it could be. Gas tank's in bad shape, but that doesn't matter. And the brakes are bad, but who cares? So it's basically a good car. So what we're going to do is we've got a zomboid out there. We're going to make a campfire, and we, you know, you could also throw a Molotov, but campfires are kind of a good way to do this. And actually, you know what? I realize I'm going to need a log for this. So let's add a log, just so our campfire doesn't go out right away. Let's add a log, and we'll light the fire with rip sheets. Go for it. Now we've got, check the info on this. 4 hours. Good. Okay, so let's start it up, guys. This thing I've got full of fuel. That's another thing. Cheated and got full fuel, but you can picture yourself at some point in your run getting a car that's working with full fuel. So we're going to try to draw these guys in and get them burning. Yeah, at least one. That's all it takes. And now let's go back and get the rest on fire. You know what? I'm going to circle around and get a couple of them burning, just so that we've got, you know, a reasonable chance of spreading the fire. There, we got 3 of them. Perfect. Now let's go back to town. So I drove east of the center of West Point, and yeah, it's a bit of a hike back. I had to really. So one of the early strategies, once you get the car, is to hustle and get to a place where you want to do the burn, and then break contact basically with the horde that's inevitably following the car. And yeah, so what I like to do is just kind of keep them back, drive along at this pace. And if you had a car with a siren, it would be, you know, much better. But yeah, some of them are dying. Okay, there we go. So that was a significant light. There should be a good number coming from town. So this is that place east of West Point that has really good burn location. And luckily, pavement burns. And, you know, once we set them up, hopefully there's a large number. If you had a siren, you could be drawing them in from the city. I'm not sure how many are actually going to come from the city, but you know, you can imagine that just dealing with this number of zombies any other way is nigh impossible. But this is a nice flat area to do a burn. A lot of grass that's going to burn. And the trick is just not getting them in front of you. And, you know, keeping your speed up a little bit to let them group up. You know, and zigzagging a little bit. Let's try to get some from town. I'll go back and try to draw that in so we get secondary burning here. But yeah, that horde is still around, obviously. And yeah, out in a place like this, it's really easy to control them because you have so much space to drive. In town, it's a lot harder. It can be done on city streets, though, as long as you kind of keep a slow move on. And the trick is just grouping them. And I'm finding that, you know, when you herd them with a burn on foot under normal conditions, you basically just have to go at walking speed, right? And they end up kind of grouping up. And it's the same thing here, pretty much. We just want to kind of go at sprinting speed in a car. Yeah, and if the one thing I'm not sure about, I think, is if you drive over burning patches, it damages your tires. And that's obviously death sentence. So you have to keep your tires intact to survive this. But yeah, if they hit the sides of the car, they just kind of bounce off, which is good. If they hit the back of the car, they just kind of bounce off. Yeah, the trick is just to not drive on the fire and not let them bunch up too much behind you. Now, I think what can happen is if the burning ones get right on your case, like you can let the burning ones hit your bumper, and that seems to be okay. But I think what happens is if they light a tile right beside the car on fire, it counts as the car is driving on fire, and you get wheel damage. So, not to be desired in that case. But you know, as you can see, if you have the space, this is extremely effective. You know, obviously this could just run to completion. And what we're probably going to do though is try to bring this into the city a little bit. They're still coming though. Still, but if you had a siren, it'd be a lot better. Unfortunately, I didn't get a siren card. I haven't figured out how to spawn cars yet, but successfully sort of almost got it, but a bit around. So now this is unfortunately, if you did this in the city, it would, you know, you'd have a major fire that would probably destroy the city. But out here, it's perfect. It won't burn the city. And yeah, you'll clear a large number of zombies. And as long as you've got lighters and a hand axe, it's really easy to start campfires. So you can start your fires off. You don't need Molotovs, although Molotovs are great. They're still kind of coming in here from somewhere. So you can kind of let them cluster up, but again, I was saying that I think that what happens is they sort of, by chance, they light tiles right beside the car, and that results in damage to the back tires. I think you can get a tire burst then, and then you're in deep trouble when that happens, because you obviously can't get out of the car around here. You have to somehow get away, and then break sight, get out of the car, abandon it, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, as long as you keep ahead of them, it's a thing of beauty. You don't drive over them as much as possible, but I think we're going slow enough that we may actually not be doing damage to the car when we drive over them. But yeah, I mean, you can do this as soon as you get a working car. Now the thing is that you do want to get a car that has decent tires, you know, and is not going to just fail on you mid-burn, because that's deadly. But yeah, as you can see, this is working. Let's let these ones burn, and let's take the horde into town. They're still coming from town though. We're still drawing them in, which is ultra satisfying. But yeah, as they hit the car, some of them get knocked down. They at least get knocked back, and they get bumped into the burning ones, and they get lit. So it's great. So let's do an example of, like, if you don't care about the town, you can just kind of walk it through town, kind of like it's a marathon, burning marathon. Here we go. This is good news right here. Here comes the party. And I think when they hit this, like, a straight zombie hitting the side of the car, it damages the panels and stuff, but it doesn't really matter. And again, the only real issue with this technique in town is that obviously you're moving a burning horde over a vast distance, so there's a very good chance you'll, you know, burn the whole town down. But I like staying on the pavement, at least, for what it's worth. Oh, I'm a smoker. Shucks. Not going to be able to add smokes at this point, but... Now, as you get into dense streets like this, it becomes really dangerous, because they can kind of block the car. And if you get a big enough horde in front of you, you're kind of in trouble. But as long as they keep hitting the sides and bouncing off, it's okay. Seems to be. And yeah, we're just keeping them coming, keeping them burning. Good news, you know? And yeah, we're going to burn all of West Point down, but this was a decision. What I would likely do is, if I had a little more time, what you could do is blast through West Point and herd them a little bit, especially if you had a siren, and try to move them all kind of towards one side of town before you even start the burn, which you would do anyway for a regular burn. Just this time you have to do it by vehicle because of the sprinting factor. But yeah, it's fairly manageable. And we're going to burn that gas station down. Yeah, so the town's going to burn. And, you know, these fires will persist too, because all the ones that we haven't, that have left our radius are going to are going to keep burning. Oh, so they're going to be, simulation's going to stop. So when you go back to them, they'll still be there, standing there on fire. But you know, this isn't a bad way to like. The thing about fires is, like, yeah, it'll destroy a lot of the town, but a lot of the town will survive too. And anyway, with all those zombies there, you're not getting the loot one way or the other, so you might as well, you know, burn them down, basically. So this is kind of an extension of my general strategy with sprinters, which is to burn the whole place down first, right off the bat. Just burn the whole town down, basically. And nice fire vehicle there. That would have been sweet. Yeah, so the knockback's key though. As they get knocked back, they fall back into the burning ones, and they're much more likely to be set on fire again. You know. Yeah. So there's no need to panic. You can basically go at like a pretty comfortable speed. And again, the only issue being, I think if they get really close to the tailgate, they can set the tile under you on fire, which will damage the wheels. But when the regular ones, the non-burning ones, just hit your car, I believe they just damage the panels, which don't matter. So, oh yeah, you gotta remember to honk the horn. But, yeah, so you just leave a trail of destruction, and it is gonna burn the city down. But, frankly, it needed to go, you know? It's a nice truck there. And yeah, look at that concrete burn. It's crazy. Asphalt. There's a lot of zombies around here, but you know what I mean? Like, these zombies would be unbelievably bad normally. Look at them come in. Yeah, you're gonna have to run a couple over. It's okay. Especially because you're going this slow, it's really not a huge deal. And you want to just bring as many. I think that the ultimate way to do this is with a vehicle with a siren, so I may do a follow-up on that just to show how effective it can be. But I mean, even better would be just to do a really careful hoarding, where you bring them all to one side, a safe side, to do the burn, and then you just go in circles, you know, and you don't burn the city down. So I'm doing the lazy way right now, but that involves the destruction of all of West Point. But yeah, this way you're ensuring that at least all the zombies that are behind me are going to be burning. They're all running through that trail of fire, so that's good. And yeah, it's a fire marathon here. What we'll do is, we're getting to the edge of town, so what we're going to do is just pass on through and just let this kind of last group come. And then just for the sake of argument, I think what we'll do is, oh, look at them come though. There's a lot out here even. Huge population. I think what we're gonna do is yeah, they get nailed. Okay, so let's just break contact now. Whoa, look at that horde, guys. It's freaky. Yeah, unfortunately it's pretty hairy out here. There's a lot of zomboids out this way. You gotta kind of move quite the distance to really break the West Point arc, but somewhere up here I think is quiet. Look at them all. It's really dense. So unfortunately the simulation on those zombies back there will still be going, so when we go back they'll look at the number of zombies here. It's insane. Do a second burn. Yeah, we're getting out here, it should be quiet. Let's move past the trees here so I can see what's going on. Okay, that looks good. Let's hop out. Okay, nobody's following us. Good. So that's how you get away. And then we'll just check our vehicle and see what condition it's in. You know, the back wheels are basically untouched, 66 and 60. I think they were in that range before. So we did almost no damage to the car, which is amazing. Look at that, guys. Like, almost no damage to the car and all that carnage. Now, driving over the burning tiles. Let's go back and see what happens. Let's go back and check on our burning horde. And obviously fuel is a big concern. So if you don't have fuel, you're gonna die. But as soon as the car stops working, you die. Yeah, so this is really getting dense and dangerous. Because again, like the only real risk with this method is having your tires pop or having enough of them get in front of you that they can actually, with their sheer mass, stop the car. But having them hit the sides really doesn't matter. So it's kind of amazing. There's a sick number of zombies out in the sticks here. A couple of them you just gotta do like that, but that group is really... Yeah, so there they start to slow down a bit if they group up. And that's the one major concern with this mode. And driving off-road fast is never good. I'm just doing it as to get... Oh my gosh, guys. That's bad. So that was the horde that didn't set on fire. Look at this. Oh my dear. Okay, so... Oh, interesting. The road fires have gone out somehow. Whoa, did all these zombies unlight? Or... I can't actually tell, guys. Is that a thing? No, some of them are still burning, so these are just zombies that were kind of drawn in. Oh my gosh, look at the density. That were drawn in after the fact, I think. So all the road fires went out. Interesting that that doesn't persist. And here it starts to get a little hairy as you know, run into a problem with too many in front of you, but we're going to go back over our tracks now. Yeah, some more burning ones coming in. So those are the ones that were no longer stimulated. But hey, our fires went out, which is really interesting. I thought that fires persisted. I might have lost that crowd back there, but yeah, it's all about just having them hit the side of the car. Yeah, so there's a lot of burned zombies along the way, a lot of corpse, like, you know, charred remains, but also a ton more zombies, which must have been just sort of drawn in, but then lost the scent as soon as they showed up. So they probably came to the horn blow. But yeah, look at them. Like, it's just. But I think, you know, this could be your first day. Like, if you got lucky and found the right stuff, you know, hand axe, lighter, working car. I mean, getting gas is critical. You definitely want to go with enough gas, but. Some cars, I mean, that shouldn't be an issue, really. So this group, because they're not burning, what I'm going to do is let them kind of get backed up a bit. There, so that they light, you know. Let's get them back right up. There we go. Because I don't want them kind of not burning, right? Just to get them back into the burning mass. There we go. Make sure that they're all, you know, suitably on fire. Oh, front windshield went out somehow there. That's bad. Yeah, so it looks as if our fires went out. They might have done the driver's side window there, so that's a little bit dangerous. That's a problem if you're not careful, I guess. Whoa, guys, look at this. Starting to get a touch nervous about this. Because, yeah, they've converged. Like, all the horn pulses. Okay, there goes the tire, so now we really got to go. I'm not sure exactly why that happened. It must be... I don't know. Let's go. Let's try to get out of here with the one tire. Okay. So that's bad news baseball. So now the only hope is to, you know, break contact as fast as you can. There's still lots of zombies left, guys. So, I'm not sure what did the tire. It's mysterious, but... Oh, shucks. This is not the way. Can you get through here? Yeah, I think you can. Oh, it's still burning down here. Interesting. Wow. Back to our original burn site. Where, yeah, some zombies still are burning, so... Go figure on that one. Let's just break contact and check the car out. And I think we broke sight there. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Wow. Cool. So yeah, you know, like it could be executed more carefully, but you can see that first burn. Let's take a quick peek. That first burn, we ended up with, you know, perfect tire conditions. So, whoa. So I would say having, as I suspected, having those burners right up on my tailgate is what did it. It burned out the tires in the back. So that's a major concern. So the lesson there is that you got to keep the burners at bay. I think you can bump back the regulars, but you want to keep the burners at bay. But the safest way, obviously, is to have them hit the sides of the car, because that doesn't seem to matter. Our front tire did take a bit of a beating though, so that, you know, the run back was hairy for sure. Anyway, guys, yeah, so that's just a quick episode on where I'm at with taking out large sprinter hordes, guys. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. And if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Throw them in the comments. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.